Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 10th. This week, we're going to jump right in here. You have this beaver spirit and this deer spirit. I love this deer spirit. It's kind of like the Empress. It kind of represents like a spring energy or, a refreshing energy or fresh energy entering into your life. The beaver spirit, of course, represents building a solid foundation. So I feel for a lot of you that you could be working on your foundation, or you have been for a long time. We're doing past, present, future this week as well, just so you know. But this will be the last week of short readings as well, because I'm finally, at the time of you watching this, I'm probably finally in my new house, and I will be, I'll have my setup back. So that's the good news. But what I would say here is that I think that some of you are working kind of like on your foundation or building a solid foundation. The center card, when I do a 9-card spread like this, the center card is the most important card, and you have the Empress. So you're clearly having, kind of protecting your Empress energy, or at least you should be with this reading. You have the Queen of Wands and the Four Swords and the Knight of Swords showing up here in your past position. The Queen of Wands kind of says you're very attractive at this time, which is good, Cancer, and the Empress. So if you're looking for love, I would get out there, or I would definitely say it's a good time to meet new people. I kind of feel like you need to project this energy of glowing, right? I think that works. They say that, if you practice walking into a room or something like that, and you practice, or you imagine smiling in your head, that you will notice that people respond to you better, even if you're not smiling, right? So I kind of feel this is saying something about that. Like, you need to practice projecting this energy of your light, or this energy of you shining. I think it's time for you to shine. I think it's time for all 3 water signs to get as much attention as they possibly can. That's all I focus on. I'm a water sign, obviously. I think that water signs are here to kind of show the world how to do it, right? How to live in a water sign world. Yes, we're entering into Pluto and Aquarius, which is the collective, but who knows how to nurture the collective better than a water sign? And the answer is nobody. So literally, I think water signs are here to show people we don't have to have war and all these horrible things that are going on. We can live in peace. We can have good things in the world, but we have to be the ones to kind of project it out, right? And so that's why I always encourage people to build something great right now, or, especially if you're a water sign, create something great, or create something that'll light up the world, because you will change the world if you do that. You have the Four Swords. Four Swords is resting, relaxing, recovering. And so a great time to heal. What I would say is we have Mars going retrograde in Leo, which is right next to you, Cancer, at the end of the year, and into the beginning of the year as well. And what I would say is I think that Mars retrograde years are great years to prepare, number one. So I would prepare to kind of collect your energy, because if you do this, if you feel tired right now, even though we're not at the retrograde yet, if you nurture yourself right now, and you have the Empress as your center card, the most important card here, if you take care of yourself now, when we get to the retrograde, you'll have more than enough energy to get through the Mars retrograde. So I would take care of yourself. I would make sure to heal yourself. I would also say the other thing I would do is, if you're thinking about starting something, start it now and nurture it, even if you have to start it super, super tiny, right? If you want to start a business or a podcast or, whatever, creative project, even if you're not ready, I would kind of start laying the groundwork, or start laying a foundation, beaver, because if you do it now, by the time we get to the retrograde, you'll already have everything in place, and you won't have to worry about, having a solid foundation or whatever. You have the Knight of Swords. So I definitely wouldn't rush at this time. I think it's better to be super focused right now. I think, it's kind of hard to describe, because I do think we have to move quickly, but I also think we shouldn't rush. And I know that that sounds like it's conflicting energy, but it's really not. I think what it means is that, we have to be focused. We should pick one thing right now and make it happen, right? And we have to kind of move with a purpose, of course, but I also think we should make sure that we're focusing on the things that we can control. So, I find that people who kind of rush through things, it's sometimes they're trying to do too many things at once, instead of doing the things that actually move the needle forward in their life. And I feel like that's really what the Knight of Swords is saying to me in your reading. It's saying, focus on those important things that are going to move the needle forward, and do them with, quickly, but also make sure you're doing them efficiently as well. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, I think this is just saying that this is you right here coming up. So, I think you are embracing that Queen of Wands energy. I think projecting that kind of confident, being willing to learn as you go, but also, having that smile on in your head is just going to radiate a lot of great energy out into the world. And, it could attract like the right people, the right things into your life. So I would do it. I don't, sometimes I think, is that really important? Maybe not, but I don't know. You never know, right? With the Four of Swords, you have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, I think that water signs are also very focused on having strong finances at this time. So I would just do things that you do to, protect your finances or have more money. That's it. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Knight of Cups. Definitely love. I think that there is absolutely, it is time for love for you, Cancer. So if you want a connection, I definitely feel there could be a strong connection. It could be a Taurus. It could be any sign. Definitely probably a King of Pentacles type person. King of Pentacles wants something permanent, wants the white picket fence and the family and all that other stuff. So it doesn't say that you have to want those things. But, what I'm getting at here is it's probably a person who sees that, who has a similar goal to you or has similar ideas about being in a connection. So, that looks good. Next, in the area of your present position, you have this imprisonment card. It says trapped, isolated, restricted, stuck, unwanted obligations, holding you back. You have this fortune teller. It says psychic gifts, unexpected news, intuition. I think that if you are feeling stuck, by the way, the answer is the Two of Swords, which you have in this row, and I'll show you in a minute. So again, I wouldn't worry too much about that. But I do think you need to trust your intuition more now. The Two of Swords represents third place solutions to me. And sometimes I think that she is not trusting her intuition, or she needs to trust her intuition. She has that blindfold on her eyes. And right now, in this present position, it's like she's thinking this or that. And she's thinking this or that because she's trying to protect her heart, right? And so I think for some of you, this is saying, it's fine to protect your heart, but you also, if you open up your intuition, that could provide an answer to anywhere you're stuck that could set you free. So, I would pay attention. You have the Justice card, the Empress, and the Two of Swords. Justice is like this or that. I do feel, by the way, that if you are dealing with a situation where you're hoping to find a win-win, like a win-win outcome, I think that there will be a win-win for you here, especially if you're negotiating something, or if you are in some sort of, I don't really get like a legal thing, although for some of you, of course, it could be, but I get, what do you call that? Like mediation, right? I think that there could be something with mediation going on here, or if you are dealing with a situation that involves a mediator or mediation, it seems to me like there could be justice coming in there, or kind of like a win-win type of thing going on here. I'm also getting something about the truth coming out here as well, but it's very specific. This might only be for one of you. If you have if you're dealing with something where, someone lied or didn't tell the truth, or where you're worried if the truth is not going to come out, like you want the truth to come out because maybe it would make you the winner, or, it doesn't have to be a win, but, it's like maybe people are believing another person at work and not believing you. I kind of see people kind of coming around to your side. I get this thing about, that's really the message I'm getting. It's like people are coming around to your way of thinking or something like that. And because of that, you could feel justified, or you could feel that you're getting justice. You have the Empress. There's nothing you need to do, right? It's like sometimes it's kind of funny because I was in Austin this past week speaking, and someone asked me a question. They said, they were basically saying, how do I get people to see things the way that I see them? Because I have all these people in my life that are not seeing my way of doing things, or whatever they said. They said, I'm paraphrasing here, right? And I said, and what I said to them is, I was like, you don't have to do anything. Just be an example, like be the living example of, what you are saying, and they'll have no choice. And I kind of feel that here for you, Cancer, where it's like there's nothing you need to do other than continue to live, right? And just show people through your actions, or show people through your results. And I really feel your results are going to be speaking for themselves here, Cancer. You have the Two of Swords. I do get like a little bit of worry here. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. So it's like you're worried about something that you need to trust your intuition on, is really what I feel this card is saying in your reading. So you could be, but it's kind of weird because it's almost like you're out of your element, right? It's like you're sitting in this more logical place of protection, which I'm not saying you shouldn't protect yourself. But what I am saying is I think that if you tap into your intuition on whatever you're worried about, I don't even know what it is, then I think that you will set yourself free from this like stuck position. So wherever you're stuck in your life, right? I would look at it and just kind of look at it from an intuitive perspective. With the Justice card, you have the Three of Cups. I love this Three of Cups. I think whatever this agreement that you're coming to is going to make you feel really good. Those 3 cups are pouring into that 1 cup there. And, it's really saying to me that, normally I don't like the Four of Cups that much, but this deck, this is the White Sage Tarot. Those 3 cups are pouring into 1 cup. So it's almost like there's a favorable outcome to something, that you are a little bit worried about. And so I do like that. With the Empress, you have the Star, amazing, literally the card of inspiration. So I feel for a lot of you, all you have to do is continue to shine your light. And you could be doing this in your head as well, literally. I think people pick up on our vibrations, people pick up on our feelings more than we even know. I ran an experiment this weekend, by the way, where I was staring at people and seeing how many people. I watched this guy on YouTube a couple weeks ago where he was saying something about how if you look at, there's a person right here, by the way. So if you stare at a person, right, for long, they kind of pick up on it and they look at you, right? So I stared at a bunch of people this weekend, and a bunch of them stared back at me when I started staring at them. So again, people pick up on our vibe, and there's something here about people picking up on your vibration, or people, kind of like picking up on the smile in your head. And I think you need to really project good energy this week. With the Two of Swords, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Good card, but again, there's something going on here about you. This is like hard work, which there's nothing wrong with. I'm a firm believer in hard work, and I know some spiritual people aren't, which is fine. But what I would say here is I do think this is a situation where you need to think smarter, not harder. Although I do feel also that you could be getting justice in the form of like money that is owed to you. Or if someone owes you something, it's like you're getting paid back something that is owed, right? And I feel that. Next, you have in the area of the future, you have this bat. It says rebirth is assured. You have this porcupine spirit says time for a beginner mind. Number one, if you are meeting a new person, I kind of feel you need to scrap everything you know about relationships. That does not mean you shouldn't pay attention to past lessons and things like that. But I kind of feel this person is going to be, rewriting the script for you as far as love is concerned. So whatever your love story is, I think this is a totally different situation. And that's where this beginner mind is coming into play. I also think that you are in a time where you are discovering a lot of better ways of doing things. We see this here with the Seven of Swords. Instead of going to war, he is stealing those swords so that they can't be used against him in battle. And so any ideas you have to do things in your life in a better way, I would really be embracing those ideas. It looks to me like your new, unique, intuitive ideas are going to be the thing that really sets you free, or, brings a lot of abundance into your life, or, leads to a lot of success. You have the Five of Wands as well. I do feel like some of you are wanting to do something where there's a lot of competition, but again, you might have a unique perspective or a different way of doing things that doesn't involve competition. That could be the thing that leads to so much success for you as well. So the Five of Wands, these people are using sticks to fight. They're not using swords. Really, the truth about this card is that they're learning how to fight. They're learning how to battle. But you could learn from your competition and add your own unique perspective, and that could be the thing that sets you apart. So really, I kind of feel the Five of Wands is telling you to, look at competition in your life and say, okay, this group of people are, these people are competing, but I could, co-create. I can work together with people instead of competing with people and form a new perspective. I mean, I'm a big fan of this. I hate when people say, do as I say, not as I do, right? So I do all these things. Look at my channel. I'm working together with a group of psychics with LOL, the show, my new, podcast that I'm working on with that group. And, I work together with other people all the time now. So, it's like I do all these things and I see the changes in my life. I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying it because it works, and I think everybody should be doing it. So, how can you work together with people instead of compete with people? One of my favorite books of all time, Science of Getting Rich. This guy who wrote that book, he wrote it in like 1903, and he said that way ahead of his time. He said in that book that we're entering into a time of co-creation. We're stepping away from competition. And you can see it, like, people don't like big corporations anymore, and all these issues are coming up with corporations like Boeing and, all this other stuff, right? So we really are entering into this time, and I believe it's up to us spiritual people to kind of get that ball rolling. So if you do that, you're working with the energy, you will be rewarded. So do it. You have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, I feel, could be a very stable person that's coming in for you. Someone who's like serious. I always look at him as like serious, stable, grounded, wanting something that actually works. So love it. With the Seven of Swords, here you go. You have the Sun. You need to shine that little light. I literally see you glowing this week for sure. I mean, you have the sun and the star, which is fame and fortune with the Empress. This is totally glow up energy going on here. But I think that the glow is from inside of you. You're projecting this glow out. And I would practice that this week. I think you will be surprised. With the Five of Wands, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is kind of like one foot in front of the other, progress. So I wouldn't worry about the competition. I would just one foot in front of the other, keep pushing forward, and you will find success on whatever you're working on. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Cups. I feel like this person checks off a lot of boxes, is the intuitive feeling I get off the Seven of Cups there. I think that for a lot of you, this person kind of has a lot of what you want. The problem with the Seven of Cups is sometimes I think that we kind of maybe project a little bit and we say, oh, this is too good to be true because this person checks off too many boxes. I would tell yourself, no one is perfect, right? So this person definitely isn't perfect, but I do think they check off a lot of boxes. So let's see. You have this Control card. It's kind of like the World card here, and it's even the Sun in Capricorn, by the way, which the Capricorn is the world. So, I mean, this is Jupiter in Capricorn, sorry. But, Capricorn is the world. So I think that a lot of you are kind of glowing, standing out in the world with this energy. You have this appreciation card. I think appreciating things, giving off the energy of gratitude. Again, it used to drive me nuts when people would be like, oh, practice gratitude and all this other stuff, because I was just a miserable SOB at one point in my life, if you can believe it, right? And I totally changed my life with positive thinking. So, I think being grateful, practicing gratitude is probably one of the best things I've ever done. And yeah, it's free, changes your life. So try it. You have this adaptability card. We're in a time of adaptability. We're going to see accelerated changes through Pluto and Aquarius, things happening faster and faster and faster. So, being able to adapt to those changes is going to be important. You have this friendship card. You might be starting with a person as a friend. So, maybe it starts off a little slow and then it develops from there. And I think that would be great for you as well. Finally, you have this manipulation card. Now, this is a good card. It's like as above, so below. Again, the energy you project out this week is the energy that you're going to get, plain and simple. So I think you need to kind of glow up here, Cancer. But this looks amazing. I love this for you. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.